All right, let's talk about something really important. We're going to walk through one of the hardest, most frustrating, and honestly, one of the most critical journeys in anyone's financial life, getting to that first $10,000 invested. This is a story about patience, it's about psychology, and it's about why so many people give up right before things get good.
You know the feeling, don't you? You open up your investment app, maybe for the third time today, and the number has barely budged. It feels like your money is just sitting there taking a nap, or maybe even laughing at you. That feeling, it's totally normal, and it's the very first test almost every single investor has to pass. Now get a load of this number, 87%. That's roughly the percentage of your entire lifetime investment growth that's going to happen way down the road, in the final stretch of your journey. Let that sink in. Nearly 9 out of every $10 you'll make from investing shows up when you're almost done. So what does that mean for the first decade? Well, that's just you paying your dues.
And that brings us right here to what I like to call the quitting point. This is where people start investing, they see their account moving at a snail's pace, and they just decide, you know what, this whole thing must be a scam. They're not totally wrong about the slow part, but they are dead wrong about giving up. Let's see why.
So to make this real, let's follow a guy named Marcus. He's an accountant making about 50 grand a year. After he pays for rent, food, all the essentials, he's got maybe a few $100 left over. If that sounds painfully familiar, you're going to want to stick with this, because Marcus doesn't win the lottery. The only thing that really changes for him is his mindset.
So one day, Marcus finally takes his first step. And it's almost comically small. After what I'm sure was a very long YouTube binge, he decides on a simple index fund and sets up an automatic investment. Just $100 a month. Why only 100? Because it's an amount that won't make him break out in a cold sweat if it disappears. It's manageable.
And this small, simple, automated step leads Marcus directly into the hardest part of the entire journey, the boredom stage. Seriously, this first year is just a brutal test of your patience. It has almost nothing to do with how your stocks are doing. It's all about whether you can handle the emotional drag of seeing basically zero progress. And this just lays out the grind perfectly. Okay, so after 1 month, Marcus is up a whopping $3. I mean, you could find more than that in your couch cushions, right? By the end of the year, he's put in $1,200 of his own hard-earned cash, and his account is sitting at maybe, $1,275? All that discipline for the price of a decent dinner out. It's tough.
And here's the cold, hard truth of it all. This is exactly where most people's investing dreams just die. The math is working just fine in the background, but you can't see it, you can't feel it, so you think you're doing something wrong. You quit. You tell yourself you'll start again later when you have real money to invest. But Marcus makes one absolutely crucial decision. He decides to start treating his investment like it's just another bill. It's non-negotiable, just like his cell phone bill or his Netflix subscription. The money just goes out automatically every month, and he absolutely refuses to waste any mental energy worrying about whether it's working yet. This simple little reframe is a total game changer, because it takes all the emotion out. Now, because he survived that initial boredom, something really fundamental starts to shift inside Marcus's head. His money starts to feel less like an expense and more like he's hired it to work a part-time job for him while he's sleeping. And this is the very beginning of a huge identity shift.
And here it is, the turning point. About 7 months in, bam, life happens. His car needs a $650 repair. Now, the old Marcus would have instantly pulled that money from his investment account, no question. But the new Marcus, he sees that money differently now. It's like seeds he's planted for his future self. So he hustles, finds a side project, and he protects his system at all costs. This slide just shows that change perfectly, doesn't it? He's literally rewired his brain from a spender mindset where you live paycheck to paycheck and raid your savings for every little emergency to an investor mindset. Now he pays his future self first and protects the system that's building his wealth. That psychological shift is worth way more than any stock market return, believe me.
Okay, let's hit the fast forward button. Because after years of this quiet, boring persistence, Marcus finally gets to the part of the story that everybody's waiting for. This is where the magic really kicks in. This is the moment the snowball finally starts getting big enough to do the heavy lifting for him. So, fast forward about 8 years. He's been consistent, he's been boring, he's been automated. Maybe he bumped up his contributions a little when he got a raise. All told, Marcus has put in about $18,000 of his own money. That's the muscle, the push that he provided. But what about his account balance? Well, it's sitting around $26,000. That gap, that $8,000 difference, that's not the price of a nice dinner anymore. That is a reliable used car. That's half a year's rent. It's a life-changing safety net that basically appeared out of thin air, just because time and compound interest decided to team up. And this brings us to my favorite part, the handoff stage. Just look at this chart. In a good year, Marcus might only put in $3,000 himself, but his portfolio actually grows by 4 or 5,000. This is that magic moment. His money is now officially making more money than he is saving. The handoff has happened. And at this point, his role in this whole thing completely flips. He is no longer the guy pushing the snowball up the hill. His job now is simply to protect the snowball and make sure it doesn't melt. He stops stressing about finding extra dollars here and there and just focuses on maintaining those simple, boring habits that got him to this point. So, when you look back at Marcus's first decade, what are the real lessons here? Honestly, it's not even about the numbers. It's about surviving a kind of financial boot camp, one that forges the mindset and the habits of a wealthy person. So here they are, the rules for getting through that gauntlet. Number 1, train your brain. Those early years are not about the returns. They're about building the habits. Number 2, embrace the boring. Seriously, the system is designed to be slow and boring at first, so only the patient people actually win. And number 3, protect your system. That automatic investment, no matter how small it is, treat it like it's your absolute financial lifeline. You know, Marcus's story isn't unique, and that's exactly what makes it so powerful. He's just a regular guy who refused to quit during the boredom stage, when quitting honestly feels like the most logical thing to do. So the only question left for you is this. That income snowball, it's coming, but it only comes for the people who stick around. Will you be there when it arrives?